because we need some milk for this recipe, we are going to turn our powdered milk into liquid, and this is just 200 ml water, right? So you're going to dilute with about 3 to 4 tablespoons of powdered milk. You can also use your evaporated milk, like your peak milk, your 3 crown. So just get a tablespoon like this and then dilute your water with your milk, okay? And then when you do that, just set it aside. So now we have our liquid milk. We are going to set that aside, and then this is what they call milk powder. It's actually supposed to add this milky flavor to your chin chin. They sell it in any of those baking stores. Just ask them for it. We are going to be using the half cup measuring cup to measure this, so just pour this in your cup and then measure. A sachet of this milk flavor is about 100 naira. Okay, so for this recipe I use about 4 sachets. Okay, so that is enough. Now we have our milk flavor. We are going to set it aside, and now we are going to measure our flour. Okay, this is your all-purpose your normal cake flour. Just ask them from any of those baking stores. We are going to measure about 6 cups of this flour, and this is the right way to measure your flour. So don't just heap the flour in the cup like that. Make sure you level the flour with the cup before you use it. Okay, so that's the right way to measure your flour. So we are going to just pour this in a sieve, in a basket, and then we are going to add a teaspoon of this nutmeg powder, this grated nutmeg powder. We are going to add this to this you guys, and then we are going to add a teaspoon of salt as well, and also we are going to be needing your baking powder, just a little bit. Half a teaspoon is okay. We are going to be adding this to our dry ingredient mix, and we are going to sift all of this together. And the reason why we are doing this is because it's just always good to sift your flour whenever you are dealing with any baking or snack or recipe, because it makes your flour easy to work with, it makes it lighter. Now we are also going to be adding the milk flavor, right? And we're also going to be adding your sugar. About half cup of sugar would also be okay for this. So now I know some of you usually use your kg for your chin chin. I think in a kg you have about 8 cups of flour in a kg. So it means that if you want to do this recipe in large scale, just double the ingredient, and they just make like small adjustments here and there, and yeah, you're gonna get it. Now we need to add some cooking margarine, and this is the brand that I am using. You can use any other brand, and this is about 250 grams. So we're going to be using about 200 grams of this. So we'll just eyeball it and just bring it out and maybe leave a little bit. This is going to make your chin chin very soft and of course crunchy. So the more butter you add, the more softer it becomes. Okay, so your chin chin is not supposed to be too soft, because if it is too soft you might not be able to roll it out. So right now we've just added our margarine, and we're going to use our hand. You have this crumbly consistency. It should look like this. It should look like breadcrumbs, if you know what breadcrumbs is. So until you have this, it doesn't take time. In 5-10 minutes you should be done. Just mix properly with your hand. Then you're going to get some eggs. I'm using about 2 eggs for this recipe. Okay, some people don't use eggs for their chin chin, especially those commercial vendors, but if you want your chin chin to be very rich, just make sure you add some eggs. And it's also going to make it buttery and softer and all of that, so just add it. And then I'm also going to be adding about 200 ml not water, you guys, milk. And we're going to mix this together. And if you guys notice, I didn't pour all the milk at once. I left just a little bit, just in case if maybe there's an issue with the measurement somewhere. So it was accurate at the end of the day, so I had to just pour the remaining milk. And you guys, you're going to mix this till you get a soft, a not too thick and not too soft, nice crumbly dough like this. Okay, so just continuously mix together until you get a very soft and almost smooth dough. So now we have a very good quality, rich, buttery, soft, milky dough. We are then going to flatten this dough. We are going to roll it out, and right now you're going to just flour your work surface with some all-purpose flour. So you're going to just cut it into two if you want to, and you're going to now just press it down and then get a rolling pin. You can get your turning stick, your omorogun, bring it out, and you're going to use it to just roll this out, just flatten it out. Okay, so some people like their chin chin very, very flat, some like it very, very thick. Me, I like mine just in the middle. Like, I like soft, I like thick, anything thick. I like thick chin chin, right? So you will not roll it out like completely. And then while I was rolling, I had to just quickly put my pan on medium heat, right? And then I added my oil, so that immediately I'm done with my cutting, I will just start frying immediately. So you might want to do that as well. Okay, so right now I'm just pouring my vegetable oil in my pan, and we're going to leave this to heat up while we continue with our rolling. So at this point, the flattening is making sense. Can you guys see? It's looking like the map of Nigeria. This is how thick my dough is looking like. Yours can be thinner than this, and yours can even be thicker than this. Now I'm going to use this thing called pizza cutter to just cut this. If you don't have this, please use your knife. Okay, you don't have to use a pizza cutter, or just use your knife, but if you can get a pizza cutter, it makes it easier. Okay, so just ask from any supermarket that you want the pizza cutter. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm just trying to cut off the edges so that we can have at least a presentable dough to work with. And then you're going to cut into long lines. Can you guys see what I am doing, right? Is this recipe looking easy enough for you to try? We're able to cut our chin chin dough into cubes like this. Some people don't like this shape, but this is my favorite shape, so you can cut this into any shape that you like. Okay, now we're going to just pour this in our oil because it is already hot, and we're going to fry it. And the trick to frying your chin chin is that don't just pour it and then leave it. You have to continuously stir so that everything can fry together, everything can be equal, not like one part is looking black, another part is looking white. Okay, so just continuously fry. No, not fry, stir. Stir as it is fried. Okay, and then this is the color we want, this golden brown color. Don't let it be too dark, because if it's too dark, it might become darker later.